HSE professionals, greetings of the day. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the basic fire safety and the workplace evacuation. So let's go. So in this video we are going to cover the fire extinguishing methods, fire prevention and fire protection systems, and fire alarm systems, fire evacuation procedures, and the basic fire safety general requirements. Let's see about the fire extinguishing methods. So as we all know, there are three methods followed for this fire extinguishing. So one is starvation, the second one is smothering, and third one is cooling. So you can see that relevant pictures. So in the starvation, you can identify what is removed from the fire triangle, and same as in smothering as well as in cooling methods. Let's see one by one. The starvation method is the process of depriving the fire from fuel, that is combustible materials. So basically in this starvation method we are removing the fuel from the fire, means the material. So in the picture you can see the fire triangle, that fuel is removed, and the second method, smothering. So smothering is the process of depriving the fire of oxygen needed to sustain the fire. So as we all know, the fire triangle, oxygen, fuel and heat. So in that first method, starvation, we removed the fuel, and in this smothering method we are basically removing the oxygen which is required for the fire to sustain. So you can see the picture also. And the third method is we all know, well aware of it, the cooling method. So cooling is the process of depriving the fire of heat. Example, by applying the substances such as water that will absorb the heat from the fire. So in this cooling method, we are removing the heat from the fire. So let's go on the other topic, fire prevention and protection. So what is fire prevention? So basically it is a proactive steps if you are taking for the prevention of fires. So it is a proactive steps taken to reduce fire hazards so that a fire does not have a chance to ignite. So we can see what are comes under fire prevention. The other method, fire protection. So it is a reactive approach which minimizes potential damage or loss. So fire prevention is the proactive approach, whereas fire protection is a reactive approach. So what comes under fire prevention? So the fire safety plan, which should be approved by the competent authorities, and risk assessment covering all your workplaces, so which need to be updated for every 6 months, covering all the activities as well as the workplace hazards which is having the potential to create the fire. Workplace inspection, which you can do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly by forming a committee or individual inspections. So fire safety training, which is required for all the employees as well as the fire team. So induction is the initial training, and as well as the refresher training, maybe 6 months or annually you can impart. And regular fire drills, mock drills, to ensure how we are prepared for in case of any fire or incidents related to. And preventive maintenance as per the requirements. And housekeeping management, it is very crucial to ensure the workplace neat and clean to avoid fire related incidents, and material management where you can adopt the techniques like 5 years and other techniques to ensure the workplace are safe. Fire protection, so again it is two types. One is active fire protection and the second one is passive fire protection. Active fire protection system is detect and extinguish a fire. This can be either manual or automatic. Whereas passive protection system will help to prevent fire from spreading or resist the initial ignition. Fire prevention and protection. So what are comes in the active fire protection? Smoke and heat alarms, manual call points, fire sprinklers, fire extinguishers, fire hydrants, video monitoring, and etc. Whereas in the fire protection, passive fire protection, compartment, fire proofing, fire door, fire wall, fire stopper, fire curtain, etc. will comes in passive fire protection. Fire alarm systems. So you can see in your workplace. So this is safety appliance that receive information from devices which are installed in the workplace to detect and report fires, monitor their operational integrity. So we all know fire alarm system consists of various components, and it is monitors and detects, gives information about the system as well as healthiness, as well as the in case of any fire or smoke detected in the workplace. So types of fire alarm systems. So conventional fire panel and addressable fire panel. So nowadays most of the industries are adapted to the addressable fire panel. So in the conventional fire panel, so every day is on the same circuit would report the same. Whereas in the addressable fire panel, so it indicates the exact location of the fire or smoke. So we can easily, quickly attack. So fire detectors. So further it is classified into 3 types: smoke detectors and heat detectors and flame detectors. So fire detector, a device which can detect a fire and provide signal to a alarm circuit, basically the fire panel. So smoke detector having 2 categories: ionization smoke detectors and photoelectric smoke detectors. And heat detectors also, there are 2 types. One is fixed temperature heat detectors and rate of rise heat detectors. You can see the relevant pictures. And same as other category, flame detectors also having 2 types. One is infrared detectors and ultraviolet detectors. So next we will see about the manual call point. So you can see in the workplace where it is fixed in the accessible location to raise in case of if you find any fire or related incidents. So it is a device used to initiate an alarm signal. So once you raise that manual call point, it will raise the alarm. They operate by means of a simple button push, or when a glass is broken revealing a button. They can form part of a manual alarm system or an automatic alarm system. So it is better to connect with the automatic alarm systems. So MCP, manual call point, activation is typically achieved through the use of pull station or call point, which then sounds the evacuation alarm for the relevant building or zone where it is installed. So it is so here you can see there are types of MCP, manual call point, push type MCP, the first picture you can see, and pull type, the second one, and break glass break MCP. So you can see different types of manual call point. So but the purpose is same. So fire evacuation procedures. So action 2, hearing alarm. Once you hear the alarm, so what need to be done? So don't panic and be calm. So stop any activity immediately and prepare to leave the room or the workplace where you are. Turn off all ignition sources such as AC equipment, which means the electrical sources. Evacuate the room to the nearest safe assembly area. So you can see in your industry the marking will be to be done to reach the nearest safe assembly point. Remain in the assembly area in group until instructed to leave by the incident controller or fire controller. After the all clear alarm, you may continue to your work. Once the incident is clearance given by the respective authority, then you can go back to your workplace. So assembly area checklist. So what are the checkpoints we need to do? So all the employees assembled at their designated assembly area. So in case of any evacuation instructions comes to you, then you need to assemble. And assembly area far through away from flying flash and other objects. It should be free from creating any other hazards. Head count of employees is done and reported to ERT head. So once all the employees is assembled, immediately the head count to be done. And injured are informed to the ERT team in case of any injury. Then it should be informed to the emergency response team. Access to emergency. Also ensure the access to emergency vehicles are not hindered. Means it should be free from any hindrance to the emergency vehicles, and remain in the group until further notice given by the incident controller or AR team head. So do not re-enter in building without permission. So normally it happens, people will try to re-enter to take back the belongings or any other materials. So but it should not be done without any prior permission. Or then emergency reporting. So call to the your emergency response number dedicated to your workplace or with respect to the local authority government regulations. So this is and say this is an emergency. So give that short and clear description about the emergency. Describe the incident location and describe the nature of the incident and report in case of any injury and give your name and contact numbers. And in case of any the receiving person is not get clear about your communication, then repeat and say on the line and are further instructed or getting that information clear. So race method, so it is basically followed in the evacuation. So race, the first letter rescue means you need to rescue who is in immediate danger, and alert. So activate the alarm or dial emergency phone numbers to alert the emergency or the situation. And confine, close all doors and windows when evacuate, so that it will be further the spreading is minimized or avoided. And extinguish, evacuate. So if it is a small fire, please extinguish. If not, then please evacuate without wasting your time as well as your own life. endangering your own life. So duties of ERT, emergency rescue team members. So all fire equipments are always in working condition. Please ensure. And any deviation need to be reported to facilities security team to rectify the deviation. And ERT should know the location of fire extinguisher and then handling techniques. So team members should get trained and know the location where it is located and what type of fire extinguisher and which type of fire extinguishers to be used for the classes of fire. So ERT to help security fire team to in case of any fire incident. ERT needs to ensure that emergency situations are handled peacefully and authoritatively without any stampede. So ERT should know the details of handicapped persons and their workstation and conduct details. This is very important in case of evacuation. So those persons needs immediate support, help to evacuate. So you know that employee details as well as workstation, in which building and which workstation they are allocated. While evacuation of employee, priority to be given to disabled employees, pregnant ladies and visitors. Yes, since visitors are not aware of the procedures and maybe they need a support. ERT assess the situation in the scene itself. If situation is not risky, then can be controlled without any human safety risk, then control same. In case of situation warrants to evacuate the building, start evacuation with assistance of team members and simultaneously inform ERT leader, office gate and assistants for guidance. Follow the instruction of ERT and leader to adopt the handle it to handle it appropriately. So then we will see about the basic life-saving techniques. So in case of your clothes are get fire, so the technique is called stop, drop, roll, SDR. So the first step you need to do in case of your clothes catch fire, don't run, it will make the fire worse. So if you are running, if you are intaking more oxygen, and it will increase the fire. And get down onto the floor, slowly get down on the floor and roll over. This will put the flames out. So please keep remember SDR, stop, drop, roll. So in the last, discuss about the basic general requirements for the fire safety. Storage of flammable and combustible material shall be minimum, so or avoid as much you can. Incompatible material, flammable or oxidable, shall not be stored together. Please ensure while storing the materials. Vegetation, weeds and grass shall be kept down. And minimum clearance of 2 feet shall be maintained between the shielding and the top level of any stocked material below. And maintain 1.5 feet clearance between top level of stocked material and sprinkler head. So better to avoid nearby storage of material nearby the sprinkler. Temporary wiring shall be installed according to the provision of NFA, National Fire Protection Authority 70 standards. The electrical equipment should be regularly checked by competent authority. GFCA, ground fault circuit interpreter, shall be provided where required. Do with a study of the expert. Smoking is permitted only designated smoking area. So please form a designated area for this smoking. And open fires or opening burning of material are strictly prohibited. So don't allow in the workplace for the open fires and open burning of any waste materials or vegetation. Proper bonding and grounding techniques shall be used for any operation. So it is very crucial to ensure to control the static. Trained and certified fire watch should be present at all hot work areas. So once the hot work area also, you need to ensure give the clearance. Monthly inspection of FACB and firefighting equipment should be done. And please remember, CO2 fire extinguisher is prohibited to use in confined space. So thanks all, dear friends. So we will meet in the next video. Thank you.